In a market that feels like a non-stop battle, are you just trying to survive, or are you actually building something that will last? Today, we're not just talking about another financial plan. No. We're talking about building a fortress. A fortress for your money, sure, but more importantly, for your peace of mind. And we're going to do it with a 5-pillar strategy.
Let's just be real for a second. Watching the market go up and down like a roller coaster is incredibly stressful. That anxiety you feel, it's real, and it can push you into making some really bad decisions. So the plan we're laying out isn't just about numbers. It's designed to build up your psychological defenses so you can stay cool and stick to the plan when everything feels like it's going crazy.
So here it is. This is our roadmap. We're going to walk through these 5 pillars one by one. I want you to think of them as the foundation, the walls, the watchtower, and even the whole purpose of your financial fortress. Each one builds on the last, creating a strategy that's truly built to last.
All right, first step, pillar number 1, rebalancing your core assets. I mean, you can't build a strong fortress on shaky ground, right? This first step is all about getting that foundation totally solid before we do anything else. It's about looking at your portfolio and adjusting it back to the mix you actually wanted in the first place.
You know what's so interesting about this first step is that the real goal isn't just to chase the biggest returns. It's about building a core portfolio that you actually understand, that you believe in, and this is key, that you can emotionally stick with, even when the market is screaming in your ear to panic and sell everything.
So what does this actually look like in practice? Well, it means taking all those scattered, kind of random holdings you might have picked up over the years and consolidating them. The idea is to go from a fragmented pile of stuff to one solid core position. Think of it like turning a pile of carbon dust into a diamond, something built to hold its value, especially when inflation is running high.
Okay, so our fortress foundation is solid. Now we move on to pillar 2. We're shifting gears from the structure of the portfolio to the action that's going to fuel its growth over time. And that action is creating a continuous cash flow.
This right here is the engine of your fortress. It's a disciplined, maybe even automated plan where you save and invest a certain amount every single month. It is so powerful because it averages out your costs over time. You're not trying to time the market, and it lets the incredible magic of compounding do all the heavy lifting for you. It's all about consistency.
And this visual just says it all, doesn't it? On the left, you've got that chaotic, jagged line of short-term price swings. That's the noise that causes all the stress. But on the right, that's the real prize, the steady upward climb of your long-term net worth. A continuous cash flow helps you totally ignore the noise on the left and focus on the goal on the right.
Okay, on to pillar 3. We built the foundation, we've got the engine running, but come on, a fortress is pretty useless without some thick walls, right? So it's time to build our defenses by actively managing risk.
I absolutely love this quote because it flips the whole idea of holding cash on its head. See, holding cash isn't passive, it's not weak. In a downturn, that cash is your ammunition. It's your bullets. It gives you the power to go on the offensive and buy amazing assets when they're on sale, which is exactly when everyone else is running for the hills.
So, this really boils down to 3 key defensive moves. First, use tools like stop-loss orders. Basically, you're telling your account to automatically sell if something drops to a price you set. It takes the emotion right out of the decision. Second, have a plan to take your profits off the table and lock in those wins. And third, like we just said, always hold some cash so you've got those bullets ready to go when a great opportunity pops up.
Let's jump to pillar 4. So we have the structure, we've got the engine, we have the defenses. But none of that matters if the commander of the fortress, and that's you, doesn't know what they're doing. It is time to boost your financial literacy.
This is so important. Knowledge is the ultimate weapon against fear. It's the antidote to panic. When you actually understand what's happening in the market and why, you're so much less likely to get swept up in the hype or scared into making a move you'll regret.
So, what does boosting your literacy really mean? It means understanding the big picture. You know, how things like rising interest rates affect different kinds of companies. It means training yourself to trust data and solid logic over whatever the crowd is shouting about or the latest hot tip you heard. This is what turns you from a gambler into a true investor.
And that brings us to our final pillar. And honestly, it's the most important one. We've spent all this time building this incredible fortress, but we have to ask, why? What is all this for? This is where we connect the entire financial plan back to our actual life.
This is the absolute core philosophy of everything. Your investment plan is supposed to serve you. It's a tool to build a better life, not some other job that just piles on more stress and anxiety. Seriously, if your plan is stressing you out, it is not the right plan for you.
period.
This chart shows what the ideal balance looks like. Just look at how small that finances slice is. When your fortress is built the right way, with a solid core, steady cash flow, strong defenses, and you, a knowledgeable commander, it doesn't need all your attention. It just works quietly in the background, freeing you up to focus on the things that really, truly matter. Your career, your family, your health, your happiness.
So the number one goal of all of this is pretty simple. Your financial plan should translate directly into a real, tangible feeling of security and freedom. That is the ultimate return on investment. That's the whole reason you built the fortress in the first place.
And that's the big question I want to leave you with. I want you to really think about it. Take a hard look at your own financial plan. Is it a tool that's helping you build the life you actually want, or has managing it become a source of stress that's taking you away from that life? Building a real financial fortress means making absolutely sure your money is working for you and not the other way around.